Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Total War Warhammer 2, where we have finally landed an ambush. I feel like I've been trying this for 15 episodes. Unfortunately, we made this ambush with kind of our worst army, and also, if I'm being honest, as a faction, Vampire Coast doesn't really get a huge amount of value out of an ambush in the first place. We kind of want to start the way most battles start, with everybody just kind of lined up and far away from each other. Ambushes are a lot more meaningful for armies that are more melee heavy. So, I'm kind of debating whether I want to do this manually at all, or whether we just want to let the auto-resolve handle it, because it's not going to be like a very exciting ambush. We're probably just going to line up pretty far away from them, and then, you know, shoot at them as they approach us. And, to be perfectly honest with you, ambushing someone gives you a pretty hefty auto-resolve bonus. I think we might just take this the easy way and get back to the important part of the campaign, which is wiping out the High Elves and clearing out the jungle and stuff. So, yeah, sure, that looks like about how that would go. We got ourselves a potion of toughness that I don't really care about, and oh hey, Cat Rains has leveled up enough to be integrated into the command structure, and also she made us quite a bit of money there. The main benefit of that ambush was not the ambush itself, but rather baiting Hellebrand into fighting a full army alongside the garrison when she thought there would be no full army. At the beginning of our next turn, the walls are going to complete, so it'll be a little bit harder for that settlement to suddenly fall for no reason in the future. Oh my god, there's more stuff west. I thought we were kind of on the western border of that jungle, the spot where Lenny Sealegs is now. But apparently there's even more stuff happening even more west of that. Oh, it turns out that the world outside of our tiny little land bridge and our tiny little island is actually kind of huge. Now see, this Silostra battle probably won't be terribly fascinating either, but we will go ahead and play it out because the High Elves at least deserve to die on screen. I'm very excited about being done with them, though. What is the trait that you get for defeating Hellebrand? Trouble with Knights of Debauchery always comes the day after. Not so much hungover as hanged. Yep, that's how Knights of Debauchery always go. You always get hanged at the end of them. 5 melee attack and 20 armor piercing damage is a pretty good bonus. It's fine. I really prefer the ones that are army level. You know, like the one you get for defeating Tyrion is cool. In my experience, heroes and lords are already so good at fighting that they only really need bonus fighting ability when they're fighting other lords and heroes who are supposed to be fighters. And Cat Rains, as a pistol lord, the lord who prefers not to engage in melee at all, is not really going to get any benefit out of this skill, unfortunately. Alright, so we're gonna smash this up. Then Silostra's going to sail down and burn out the Dark Elves. But I don't really have a lot of a plan beyond that. I know that we want to fight this army from Clarkarand. But I'm not certain they're raiding me. Those monsters. I'm not certain what our armies in the north are going to do after we clean this up. We gotta take Hotek's column, because we want to finish uniting our province. But I really don't know what the best way to proceed from here is. We want to put together a new army over by Port Reaver, which is a thing Port Reaver is a place I haven't had to think about for a while. Now that our legendary lord is back from the pool. Oh, do we want a free Haunter or a free Gunnery Wight? Frankly, I think I would rather have another Gunnery Wight. Okay, O'Bones McDonald is ready for duty. Let's get him back in the pool. It didn't just place him back on the map, right? I do have to manually recruit him. Yeah, heroes reappear, lords have to be manually recruited. Alright, well, Port Reaver is where the good raised dead pool is, so this is where we're going to grab him. We have 20,000 in the bank. Pulling this dude back is going to murder my income. He doesn't have any movement for the moment, so we'll just put him right here. And I guess, you know, we can do this in a second. Let's run through everybody else first, because I want to know how much money we actually have sitting around. Why was I doing this? Why did I get bats? Why did I get the bat building? Oh, I was probably working toward, hey, wouldn't it be neat to have dragons? We could have dragons, right? No reason not to have some dragons. First things first, though. Robert's still feeling a little under the weather, but we got all these High Elves to fight. So this army is outside. Really, I can't do that in one turn. Okay, well apparently we'll deal with the High Elves next turn. God, look at the size of that crab. What a good crab. Okay, I might want to throw down this upgrade. We'll see. I definitely should go into encampment stance no matter what. But first I should dig. I know I'm not going to find anything here. I'm just digging holes in their island out of spite. That'll show them. Take this, landscaping. Alright, Burke Black. Oh, this is not even a good army. They're trying to rely on the power of monsters. Not that I think that's a bad plan in general, but I think it's a real bad plan against the Vampire Coast. This army, in my opinion, is looking a little bit light on rifles, actually. Yeah, let's just grab 2 units of rifles. Well, actually, let's grab a unit of rifles and also a unit of pole arms. Okay. You are too far away to help, so let's just go and do this manually.
Get it done.
How did you think you were going to get away with raiding my lands? Like, what on earth? What is going through your head? Let's have these guys cause terror. Because the Sirens already do cause terror. And hopefully nobody else is going to be engaged in melee and also doesn't already cause terror. So congratulations, dude. We probably don't need to manual this. This is like a pretty straightforward one. I'm a little worried about the balance of power bar here. Like, I don't actually want to lose a bunch of units. But honestly, we're probably going to lose some units anyway here. Now, let's do it manually. My feeling on that one is that they have few enough dudes that we can probably get out of this with very few losses by doing it manually. That battle at the beginning was going to be, like, all the melee was going to die no matter what. I mean, it's probably more true, honestly, with me controlling them than with the AI controlling them. But I didn't think there was any real chance of us losing that. Just, it was going to be bloody. That's fine, though. We could use a couple of bloody battles up at the Shrine of Cain to make sure that the Shrine of Cain has a battle site marker. To that end, maybe I should have resummoned a quick Raise Dead army over there just for the, just to add corpses to that battle. Alright, 20 will do. 20 is just fine. This terrain is a little goofy. Maybe take up over here? Right, I don't love this hilly part. This is pretty flat, right? Well, there's kind of a ridge there. Whatever, this'll do. Maybe a little bit more angled, so that this end is a little further back. Yeah, okay. I guess we could intersperse the melee with the range. They have some cavalry, right? No, I'm thinking of the other battle. They have no cavalry. We probably don't really need to intersperse the melee with the range, and I like this firing line. So let's have you guys up here, a bunch of Sirens down here. We will just advance on them when the time comes. We should probably actually put a couple units of Sirens behind the line. Maybe like one to this side and one to this side. Just because it's so easy to march through troops with the Vampire Coast because they stand so far apart. Or at least the gunnery mobs do. And the bombers should probably wait like over here somewhere or something. I don't really necessarily want the bombers to engage. The bombers should not be in the gun line because the bombers don't have the range of the gun line. They can't engage the way the gun line engages. We had to wait for the enemy to close in no matter what. Alright, now the big danger here is that they do have a bolt thrower team. So we're going to be taking fire from the bolt thrower team the whole time. I don't know there's a lot I can do about that. Probably we want the Haunters back here. And this may well be the battle that gets our third Haunter to... Oh, right, hold on. I gotta pull everybody back. Try to keep that bolt thrower honest. Make it actually have to come into range. I don't know for sure that we're going to be able to destroy it, but we should at least have it, like, try a little bit. Take a chance at destroying it. This army could use a gunnery wight, frankly. Honestly, that's not a bad impact for one mortar volley. It's not bad at all. Kind of think I'm just going to ignore the bolt thrower. I don't think that bolt throwers do enough damage to be worth worrying about. I'd much rather shoot their troops with my mortars. Okay, so yeah, they do have a little bit of cavalry. Hold on, it looks like I think my mortars are shooting at their artillery. I understand where that urge comes from, but let's focus up, shall we? So I care more about, yeah, like Harganeth Executioners. Dark Shard's a little bit too. Let's put some. Let's continue firing some into this wounded unit of Dark Shards. So as soon as they crest this little bit here, should see our guys open up pretty seriously. I'm gonna have my lord run out in front, take that cavalry charge. There we go. He fires the fireball eventually. Alright, let's make sure that we are targeting our dudes intelligently. We do have some monsters to worry about. Manticore or Hydra next? Let's go Hydra next. You guys can be firing on that Manticore. You guys can be firing on that Hydra. And since we're now focused up, we've done a little bit of volleying at the ground troops, but honestly, it's a lot of monster fighting this time out. Let's have the melee troops in the middle here move up. It's important to have the melee troops standing behind for a little bit because you have to get the enemy's ranged troops to actually come close so that you can fight them. But I think that phases, we're good on that now. Do we have I guess we have the bombers come up. As long as they stay behind the pole arms, it should be fine. I'd really like the bombers to be able to throw at the backside of like the cavalry units or the surviving monsters. Done some good work on these Harganeth Executioners. Also, I gotta be burning their characters. Actually, it looks like they're maybe going to be in range here. I might be able to just have at these Dark Riders, because they'll run from troops that are trying to melee them, but I don't know if they'll actually flee from, oh, ha, probably sing the shanty. I don't know if they'll flee from the bombers getting in range. Okay, well, I got a little volley off. Let's re-target you guys over to there, maybe. That monster is permanently broken and so does not need to be shot anymore. This Death Hag, they got characters just running through my lines like they think that's okay. Could you guys handle some of these characters? Over here, my lord is a little bit over his head, I think. He could use a little assist. You all should shoot at the Manticore for the moment. They should be able to hit that Manticore around him pretty easily. Actually, maybe I want them to just shoot into the backside. Yeah, maybe just shoot into the backside of these units, because that's like a thing we can actually do. They've positioned themselves such that is perfectly reasonable. I'm going to have the Sirens just charge these ranged. Right, and this is the unit of range that's being targeted by the bombs, so that should be under control. On this side, we're going to need a new target for the rifles. This is a little dangerous, but I might have the rifles on this side try to step up over here and fire into those guys, because I think that the ranged are going to be under control. I guess somebody's got to help us with the Black Ark Corsairs here. Now you know who can do that is these guys. So yeah, these rifles are going to find themselves having a little bit of a problem contributing. I'm going to have one unit of rifles just chase those Dark Riders. And then these two can kind of form up over here. And artillery targets are still... this mortar's target is a little bad now. We could start firing at these guys. We do have to break them in order for the battle to end. And we have plans for all the archers and stuff, so yeah, do that. I guess we have sirens running at those archers now, so that's not really an issue. I mean, I'm gonna, for the moment, I'm gonna just target a couple of mortar shots over here, maybe? I don't know what this guy's doing, but I'm sure he's doing a fine job of it. You know what he should do? He should switch to melee mode and walk over here and help me fight some lords. Their lord got... He was, for a moment there, he was the only shootable thing in the gunnery arcs. So that worked out very poorly for him. Alright, their Hydra is... Or their Manticore is frenzying, which is not awesome for me. But yeah, we're getting a lot of good gunfire in here. Think I can get him with... You think I can get him with that while I'm engaged in this other combat? No, apparently not. I'm just going to Soul Leech him. Spirit Leech, rather. Okay. There we go. That was easy enough. $82 losses. Absolutely acceptable. I think the one unit of handguns that the enemy got into was the Regiment of Renown, that is polearm guys with handguns rather than sword guys with handguns. And the polearm guys have better melee defense, so that was really the worst place that lord could have run. I mean, this army's building up XP slowly. Look at that. We got a couple of guys in gold chevrons now. It's been tough in a lot of other places because we've been like actually losing whole armies and having very, very high casualty rates. So a lot of our forces don't really have any veterancy. It's pretty much just Silostra and Burnt Black.
This isn't the gods' victory. It's mine.
Okay, so that wasn't worth a lot of money. We should definitely take this.
Dead oceans. Admiral of the fleet.
Alright, well, I mean, I think it's probably pretty obvious. We're going to run them down. What is the next thing we want? Sirens are on this skill. Melee attack and charge bonus. That's something. If the Sirens killed stuff faster, it would certainly be useful to us. Yeah, alright. We'll take this one. Unfortunately, Scurvy Dogs are not too likely to be used. We can maybe get a Terrorgeist for this army, though. Let's get in here and finish the job. And on this one, our army's in great shape. None of our units are going to be taken by the auto-resolver. We can just auto-resolve that out. This replenish is not very good. It's weird that we got more money that time than the first time.
Exchange them for plunder. Don't linger.
Okay. Well, we knew that wasn't going to be super hard. Spell Shield, There's a reason that armor is great quality, and there we go. 3 immortal level 20 Morngul Haunters means that we have locked up another one of our objectives. So this objective list is looking pretty completed. Obviously, we haven't made a lot of progress on this part, which is the only part that really matters. We currently only have 11 units of Sirens between all of our armies. That's really weird. Well, so now I have to decide, do I want to head down toward Hotek's Column, or do I want to head toward the Circle of Destruction? Because we do have to wipe out Clarkerend anyway. My concern is that Hotek's Column is going to be a pretty tough fight. I'm going to have him move to here. We can approach Hotek's Column from the north, I guess. And I know we have other stuff that we want to do with this army, but also I want to get the ability to get Rotting Promethean Gunnery mobs in case it turns out that they are really good against the Skaven. So let's go ahead and spend a little bit of money right there. We are 6 turns off of this. This is the only right we can perform right now, and I don't think it's worth doing. Okay, next.
Admiral of the fleet.
Peggy needs to just kind of move in the direction of Hotek's Column and be threatening. Generally threatening. What's in the raised Deadpool here right now? Okay, nothing interesting. I do like the fact that we're getting battle site markers everywhere. Only 2879 on that one. I think I'm just gonna move. I'm gonna move her far enough forward to threaten Hotek's Column, but I'm gonna sit in ambush mode Not because I think there will be an army to ambush, but just because I would like the AI not to be able to plan around my position. Hopefully they will not know I am here. Alright. Cat Rains should probably finish upgrading Invocation of Nahak, and then I don't know what we'll do with her.
I have arrived.
Alright, just getting that settlement. Stay put for a moment. Oh, okay. Well, let's get her another unit of mortars. And then... Honestly, her army needs melee really badly. Ooh, polearm depth guard. I like that. Yeah, that's a real goofy-looking army, but her job is just to sit at home and guard the Isle, since apparently that's a thing we need. I should probably stop spending money for the moment. Hold on. We do have to get our armies in some kind of shape. Oh, and Cat Rains gets to join the command structure. So, what do we need most? She can't be an enforcement admiral, but she could be any of this other stuff. Oh, that's right. We lost our treasurer in a terrible treasury accident. That was like almost 2,000 gold per turn from having a treasurer. Oh, you know what she could be doing right now? Is she could be trying to solve that riddle. It is not X that marks the spot by the but the scrawls of ancients long thought lost. So, let's see. I think we tried digging near that. I'm just going to dig near everything on the ground. Does that sound reasonable? As a strategy, since I can't seem to actually figure this out.
Standing by.
Here, try this one. Oh, gee, it didn't work. I think I had already checked that one, but we're just going to check them all with her. Because I suspect she's not going to have a ton of stuff to do for the next couple of turns. Hold on. Where did... Tommy Sealegs, our new gunnery white, appeared here. Okay, he can go to Port Reaver. Wow. It's going to take him a few moves to catch up with that army, but he'll get there. Lenny Sealegs, Tommy Sealegs' brother, can attempt to assassinate some characters. Am I in range to go after that dude? Yeah, 85%. God. Critical success. That guy's permanently dead. That's pretty good. Lenny Sealegs is alright at his job. You know, his morale's up now that his brother's here. Cat Rogers is just chilling, right? I don't think Cat Rogers... Well, I guess... Hold on. Well, we might want to change stuff about her army. So we'll worry about that later. Oh, Lenny leveled up. We might want to change stuff about her army, but we got to make sure that we have the money necessary to raise as much debt as we want.
Yes, my skills.
How built up are they here? Okay, here we have a proper garrison building at max level. Alright, just trying to get a good sense of what we will be facing if we end up having to go up against all these settlements. Sorry, when we have to go up against all these settlements. I'm just going to make her a good caster of the deeps, I guess? She may as well become that thing.
Fleet captain, report.
Okay, and Eve has returned here, so... Eve is of the Death School.
The sea brings death.
And our pirate captain over here is also Death, actually. Okay, so these two definitely should not be in the same army. So Eve Hodgson needs to run around and do something else. I don't know. Let's get in this direction, since Lenny's going the other way. Okay. Now, let's talk about O'Bones McDonald and his fantastic army. This is about how much money we have. So what does he actually want? I gotta be honest with you, I don't love cannons. I think we definitely want 2 mortars. Excuse me. We definitely want 2 mortars. We definitely want... Well, you know what? Actually, I could just do this next turn. Right? There's no reason for him to have a big army now. And then for us to have to pay their upkeep. He could just recruit all this stuff next turn before he starts moving. Because he can't get on the march this turn anyway. Yeah, I'm alright with that. He'll just wait. Which means that we'll just wait as a group. So next turn we have a potential threat on Hotek's column. Do we want to make any other upgrades here? I still think I don't want to pay for that building. What about with Silostra? I don't know if it does end up being worth it to... At some point, it's sensible to pick that up, but I don't know if it's right now. I don't think I want to grab the Lookout Cradle just yet. This is a lot of money to spend. Yeah, I'm just going to hold off for now. I wonder if the High Elves will ride out and try to meet us in the field, or if they will cower in their final castle. My guess is the cowering. Oh, wait a minute. Nope, okay. I think they were probably just, like, exchanging troops between their armies or something. No, we're back. Ah, Alariel is fleeing. Well, she's just made it very, very easy for us to wipe out her, her entire economic base. And Cat Reigns will be the one who fields her final push, I guess. You know, Cat doesn't have the trait for defeating her yet, so...
Don't test
that'll be fine.
Great.
What is it, Skrulk? No, I don't think so, right? He is spineless. I don't think it really helps me to take this. Like, we're gonna have to carve through them anyway. They hate us, and they'll never stop hating us. We're going to have to... Yeah, we're going to have to wipe them out. There's no two ways about it. I refuse your treaty. It does not help me to take even a temporary treaty with you. And now, for the crime of refusing the treaty, he's going to march on us. Well, they do have a number of armies in this area, though, huh? Oh, they saw through Peggy Reigns' ambush. That guy critically failed to hinder our replenishment. Now listen, not everybody can be Lenny Sealegs, you know? Man, maybe I should have taken temporary peace with Nine Pestilence, even though they are the first target we have to wipe out. Just because it would have meant that that place where I only have one army is not a pressure point for the next couple of turns. The thing is, if I take peace with them, they are going to redeclare at some point. It's probably not going to be very long from now. And when they redeclare, they're going to bring the Vampire Coast back into the war with them because they're military allies with the Vampire Coast. Maintaining the war allows the Vampire Coast to stay at peace with me, which means I don't have to also field their armies. So we probably... My guess is we're getting attacked less by doing it this way. So now we have a conundrum here, a little bit of a quandary. Do we want to take the Star Tower, or do we want to burn the Star Tower and let the Vampire Coast take it? Because that's what'll happen to it, right? If I just burn it down, it'll get claimed by the Vampire Coast, since they have the rest of this area. I think I want it as a forward base over here. We're going to have to take a lot more of this territory than I would ordinarily like, because everybody in this area is my mortal enemy, and they're just going to take it if I don't, and then I'm going to have to take it again. See, Clarkeren currently has no armies. This would be a good time, it would seem, to mess with them. Man, my region is still -7 public order. We got to get our public order under control over here as well. Part of that is just getting the land nice and corrupted. Yeah, we'll have a look into that on this this turn here. Leonard, you live to haul another day. I just do not have time to mess with you. Boy, the Vampire Coast sure does have a lot of units.
Seen this one in my mirror.
Honestly, like, increasing his training level does not help us. Only 13 units. This is not a fully upgraded garrison building, I don't think. Alright, let's assign plus leadership to some unit of Sirens. They're the ones who are going to need it. And her army is actually almost all experience capped. So his training skill really doesn't do anything, but also all the rest of his options really don't do anything. I guess we should finish taking plus XP on, or plus HP on him. Alright, let's put Teclis away once and for all. I don't remember if Silostra has the trait for defeating Teclis or not. Okay, so we've got another one of these corner sieges. These are a little bit more dangerous. The enemy has, in most of our recent siege battles, at least the ones we haven't auto-resolved, there haven't really been dead zones. The enemy has actually had towers all the way along the wall. And it looks like we might have that again here, because I think the little bulges are where the towers are, and you can see there. Maybe I'm not right about that, though. That said, I have no doubt that Silostra's army can take on a numerically inferior force of elves. I do not think this should be a problem. Yeah, and they got those corner towers. It looks like we could start all the way over here, though. Yep, we're just going to do this the safe way. I said they deserve to die on camera. I didn't say that we were going to, like, get a bunch of our guys killed for it.
Let me shoot them.
Those, yeah, those firing arcs are reasonable. Okay, so everybody who isn't artillery needs to move up, and then once we've moved up, we will concoct an actual plan. For now, it's just march forward. I'm a little worried. I think this fort tower is going to be able to shoot our artillery no matter what. Yeah, I think so. But at least we're only getting shot by one tower here. So, let's first of all make sure that we are in guard mode with all of the artillery. I don't want to have to worry about anybody moving around. Although we're still going to have to watch, because, as we have seen recently, sometimes they still just move when you give them shoot orders during siege battles. It was an old bug that I thought they had corrected, but apparently it got uncorrected at some point. Let's actually watch our artillery and make sure they're not walking here. Oh, you know what? I'm being silly. Will, get back here. Will has to stay near them because he has to buff them. If we could just make it uncomfortable for them to stand near this part of the wall, we could make this a lot easier. Let's have these sirens climb up. I'm not too worried about anything that they might actually bring to bear against us. And we may as well start off with the cannon abilities, because they've made it very easy for us to line up a couple of good cannon abilities here. That looks pretty alright. Oh, I should definitely be filling our power reserves. Let that fire. And this could go, like, over here into these artillery crews, just to mess with them. Yeah, that might slow down their fire a bit. Grab the rifles, part of our block here. I don't know about all this. I don't know why there's a guy jumping out in front like that. Okay, there we go. I just want to turn them so that they can actually fire up the wall. I know that doesn't usually result in us actually getting any hits or anything, but we could go for it. And we're gonna take a bunch of damage from that artillery. Like, we're gonna take the wall as quickly as we can. We're gonna try to get through, but for the moment, we're gonna take a bunch of damage from their artillery. You know what? Let's just bust this open. We're going to take the wall. We'll put our gunners up on the wall eventually. I don't know that it really helps me that much to wait, though. Oh, man. I can... Huh. She's not actually selected. There we go. I can throw this over the wall. This thing does pretty alright damage. That's a shame. I was kind of hoping it would wander that way. So Robert and Silostra hit the wall. I might want to change some things about the firing arcs here. Alright, somehow I have control of this tower, but this tower is being controlled by a single high mage. Wait, hold on a second. Yeah, this unit of Sirens was definitely ordered to climb this wall. Focus on those guys. You focus on these guys. That gate is coming down. Actually gonna have the depth guard form up behind Silostra. Alright, we get one more shot of Norse Roar before it is time to actually fight the enemy up close. I don't know how this is gonna work. Like, when it rebounds off the wall, will it... I don't know, let's see. Okay, no, it just hit the wall and stopped. I was kind of hoping it would bounce off the wall and hit that unit of Swordmasters twice. The mage is actually almost dead. The enemy gates are destroyed. Now the actual fun begins. Let's do some damage here. Silostra gets to make knights on the inside of the wall. Robert, you may as well just charge forward into these fools. And I suppose we should shoot our Sartosan Grape Shot over here. There's a lot of enemies over here. Some of them are archers. Yeah, we'll just crush these guys between our real heroes and our fake units. Actually, you know what? Let's have the knights disengage. They could do this, right? I don't know what I'm thinking. The crabs can hit these guys in the back. The knights should absolutely go and kill that siege crew if they can. They're going to try to use their knights to block me. I'm going to see how much we are willing to just run past. Because it shouldn't take very many of us to get these Eagle Claw Bolt Throwers in trouble. And I suppose this is an okay time to start singing. Alright, let's reassess the situation over here. They no longer have control of the front of the corner tower of the Sea Guard. Try to charge through. They should be able to fit through. We only actually have two bodies in the thing here, so I expect they will be able to get through. We're going to summon another unit of crabs probably almost immediately. I'm just trying to jam the front here. And now that this is the situation, I think it is time... Well, we maybe have to wait a little bit longer, but it's almost time for our rifles to move up the wall. So Silostra, focus on that eagle. These crabs are almost dead already. You guys. Some of you are caught. The rest of you don't have to be. And I'm having trouble getting them to break cohesion. That's a shame. Ah, well, we'll try again with the next group. Oh, Will should be reloading the siege weapons. Okay, for some reason me clicking on this ability and then clicking on him just... There we go. I almost want to have the Colossus just walk forward at this point. Alright, the Sirens are pushing the enemies back over here. Huh, I did not tell you to get off the wall, but okay. Yeah, fight these Dragon Princes. You should actually be pretty good at that. Okay, so we want to be a little bit careful about how we do this, because if I grab the group and tell them to climb the wall, they will try to spread out and climb the wall in enough places that they all can get up at the same time, and I don't actually want them to do that. So we're going to have to do this in a way that's a little tedious. I guess I don't really need that many groups up on the wall right now anyway, because there's only so many of them that can spread out and fire. But actually, we can have them walk across to the other side. I don't want anybody trying to climb the wall where there's still enemies. Our rifles are not traditionally fantastic at melee. Healthier units have more firepower. Okay. We'll get some of you up the wall. So Silostra is actually engaging in... Oh, no, she's not. She stopped. We ran out of enemies. I was gonna say she's engaging in melee this whole time, so her sword should be available again soon. But apparently we have to remind her. I'm not gonna hit Sacrilege, or I'm not gonna hit the Knight Summon again just yet. I'm a little worried they'll get stuck. We can have Robert run over here and do this. Actually, I guess if I summon the Knights out on this side, they'll be able to get through. Follow Sir Robert on his heroic mission to slaughter those people who are not trained in combat and probably barely even have their own weapons. For a second there I saw that and I was like, oh my god, that's a lot of dead Sirens. But right, it's not. It is not in fact dead Sirens, it is dead Ghost Knights. So you guys can get off the wall. We probably only need one unit of Sirens up here to finish the job. Okay, sword's about to be recharged. I'm not allowed to... Yep, I cannot cast the sword on the wall. That's a shame. What do I do with the sword? I guess actually the sword's recharged, but like I have no use for it. Oh, and also the battle's over. Alright, so some of our Sirens took some losses there. Nowhere near losing a unit. I was excited to fight all of the High Elves at once. I'm kind of bummed out that Alariel fled. I thought that was going to be a good climactic final battle for the enemy that we've been fighting for basically the entire campaign. Well, Alariel will die on her home island, I guess in some way that is appropriate for her story. It's less fun for my story. Yeah, our rifles barely got to do anything there. All we really did was kill that mage. It turns out that we like to use the rifles a lot, but Silastra's army's not actually reliant on them. Because at this point, we have pretty elite, high-level melee troops, and Silastra herself at level 40 is just insane. And to some degree, that's true of all legendary lords, and obviously, the fact that I have the Sword of Cain also helps. Oh yeah, that trait is not even good. I mean, it's fine. Alright, well, we are certainly going to need a garrison building here. And, without question, public order. And honestly, also, probably let's put up some dead pirate totems. We need to start getting our vampire corruption going in this area. Silastra herself has tremendous vampire corruption, so she'll help while she's here over the next turn or so. Alright, Burke Black could actually get in range of Hotek's column with a big move. So the question is... No, not really a question. Let's do it. So yeah, once we have this, it'll make it a lot easier to help control the monoliths, because we'll be able to do the public order commandment. Here... Well, hold on. Let's not spend any money just yet. Although, actually, Slaver's Point does need a wall building. Like, that has to happen. Again, I'm trying to make sure I have enough money to do recruitment for what's-his-face. So let's do this. Encircle.
Get it done. Admiral of the fleet.
Then have him ride down into reinforcement range. I think this is the way we want to engage this. Peggy's army is a little bit slower moving, so having them already on the field at the start is good. Like, the Sirens will actually be able to get into combat.
Send them down.
Alright, and we should have a relatively... Well, man, they have a lot of slingers. They have a lot of ranged units in general. Poison Wind Globadiers are not super great against melee, but they're still throwing clouds of poisonous gas, you know? They have a lot of Storm Vermin with halberds. We have 4 units of mortars and a Necrofex Colossus, so if there's any safe place to stand near the wall, we should be able to just bombard the hell out of them. Unfortunately, we do not have a gunnery white up here, right? Is that the case? Wait, where's Tim Fen? Is Tim Fen in Burke's army? Because we're going to need ammo, is what I'm thinking. I'll curse them and they're having walls all the way to the edge of the area. Well, we're going to have to live inside of the firing arc of one of the towers. Towers really do a lot of damage. Towers are way more effective than just like a single unit of standing artillery. Fighting in a tower area is really bad. Alright, well, we've actually had this exact settlement map a couple of times now, and I think we're probably going to have to do about what we did there. He's coming in. Yeah. We are just going to have to be, like, right here. So, with her army... Man, how do we do this? We can try to just take the fight to them on the walls, assuming they have their ranged units up on the walls and not their halberds. We can use deckhands to tie up their ranged, but like we're gonna have a lot of losses here. There's no two ways about that. There's no way we do this without taking tons and tons of losses. This is what walls are supposed to do, though. This is what they're for. Try to group up a little tightly here. So we do have a lot of spells, and we do have a powered up Invocation of Nahek. Yeah, this is going to be painful. So how did they position stuff? They have their Poison Wind Globadiers up here, which is a real shame because those Poison Wind Globadiers are going to do a great job at keeping my animated hulks from approaching well. All of their Storm Vermin are just sitting inside, it looks like. They've got a unit of Storm Vermin with halberds at each gate. And then they've doubled up on the gate that we started in front of. Yeah, alright. And they have a unit of Warp Lightning Cannons that won't be able to fight us, and a unit of Plague Claw Catapults that will be able to slaughter us, because the Plague Claw Catapult is the best siege weapon in the game. It's probably not, but it's the best catapult type weapon in the game. So we can't really march forward, but we also can't not march forward. Because we'll lose our artillery. Yeah, I guess we just we gotta take control of the towers. It's gonna be painful, but it has to be done. So you guys are going to... Okay, I had these guys selected. You guys are going to just do that. Just go get those towers. Am I going to bring... You know what? I am going to bring her forward. Well, she may... Hold on. She may doesn't have to be first. Oh, man. They have Warp Lightning Cannons on their siege crews, or on their towers, really? Okay, that sucks. Oh, the mortars should definitely be targeting Poison Wind Globadiers. These guys are way more dangerous than the slingers. And all of you... We don't have to worry about losing our haunters now. All of you should also run for the wall, right? Because we can... I guess maybe the haunters shouldn't run directly for the wall. But the Syrenes will be a lot better at taking the wall than Peggy's army will. I mean, it's possible I should have waited here and had Burke engage. Peggy's army would have been basically useless, because it's going to take them forever to actually enter the field, but maybe that's fine. Okay, now you can approach. Let's just have you walk. How about that? Walk. Alright, there we go. She walks about as fast as they all run. Okay, and where did they do this? Alright, well, that's annoying. Not a bad spot for it, though. I guess it'll be you. You all just turn around. We probably ought to start invoking. It's a shame we don't have, like, basically infinite magic here yet. She doesn't have her arcane conduit. I did not tell you to run. Me casting Invocation caused her to change her understanding of her move order. Which is kind of weird. Right, just do your best to get into melee. They're not going to make it. Well, somebody was going to get lost. Part of the reason I wanted her up here was so that we could do some summons. Oh, we're at 40 units now. I can't summon while we have 40 units on the field. I forgot about that. Okay, so we ran off those rats. The units of artillery and stuff need to get kind of generally over here. Who else doesn't have orders over here? We have some of these guns came in late enough that they don't have any orders. I'm going to have them line up a little bit more up here. And in fact, as soon as we are on the wall, I'm going to have the rest of my guns move up too. Well, we're about to have an opening in the army. Yep, and they're moving people up to the other parts of the walls. Okay, that was nice of them. We can handle this really easily. Okay, follow them up the wall. Man, the area for issuing a climb order is so small. Okay, so we're taking control of this tower. We're going to be able to push them from here. I'm going to start moving the ranged up. Unfortunately, the ranged are in kind of a huge block. And I really don't want them to be in a huge... I want them to be in a small enough block that they can all kind of be over here safely. Actually, hold on. Get over here and be like kind of... Yeah, cant a little bit. There, like that. Okay, so now they'll be in the safe spot and they'll be able to fire on all those guys. The rest of the handgunners are going to want to try to form a huge line. Oh no, okay, there's just not enough of them for that. Alright, we want to be over here. Unfortunately, we're going to be taking catapult fire in a way that I can't really do a ton about. We got to get inside the wall, you know, it's the only way to deal with that. One other question. Can I cast Wind of Death over the wall like this? Because if I can, it might be a good idea to do that. Yes. Alright, hold on. Let's unpause. Are these guys moving? No. I mean, the best way to do this... I don't know. Maybe we wait. Because the best way to do this is to cast it across several units. It does a large amount of damage over a large area. We could cast it like pretty much just across this unit of Storm Vermin, but it's a very expensive spell to just cast across a single unit. I'm going to cast the non-overcast version, I guess. Although I think you want to... This isn't one that has such a large wind-up area. I think I want to cast it a little closer than that. Alright, let's see it in action. Also, a unit of rats was just spawned. I mean, this is not an issue. They can handle that. Let's watch this spell go off. Yeah, not bad. And that was the non-overcast version. Remember, when you overcast, it gains damage, unlike most spells. So that's a pretty good spell. What we also want to be doing over here is changing up our mortar targets now that we're climbing the... Well, you know what? We don't actually have that many people up on the wall yet. We can keep it like this for the moment. Get on those slingers. Sirens are climbing the wall. We have control over here. The clan rats are not going to be able to keep us from that. I think this is actually going okay. I think we can probably have Peggy climb the wall now. Unfortunately, Burke Black has a mount, and so cannot climb the wall, and I forgot to take him off of it. You know, I say I forgot. I'm not even sure that it would be right to take him off of it, though. They have all kinds of cool magic. We're not going to be able to do anything about that. We're just going to get hit by a lot of magic. Alright, well, we should probably invoke. Oh, I should remember to use my Forbidden Rod. That's right. I do kind of have Conduit. It just deals damage to her when she uses it. Where are you all going? Oh, they were fighting rats. Okay. Yeah, that's a pretty good spot to bring rats up. Fortunately, we have a unit of sirens that was way behind everybody else because it was fighting rats before. So we can just deal with these guys pretty quickly. You know what? You know what, sirens? You just go on your merry way. The haunters are in position to handle that. I'm not actually going to bash their gate open yet, because I don't really want to get in there. Well, I guess they're sending the halberd storm vermin up on the walls. In that case, yeah, go ahead, bash it open. And since they're doing that, let's grab the hulks and have them also get on the bash it open plan. I was going to say, if they're content to use their storm vermin to guard the area behind the gate for when we break in, then we just delay the breaking in, right? But if they're going to actually go hard, we should also go hard. Okay, so now that we have storm vermin on the walls, we are definitely targeting the storm vermin with the melee or with the mortars. Whoa, 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 whoa! What is going on over here? Did you guys not? Okay, they eventually got them off the mortars. What took so long? I would have expected a unit of clan rats. I would have expected a unit of clan rats to break instantly on contact. Alright, well, we have full control of the frontal walls. Yeah, I can't believe that the haunters didn't immediately shatter them, like, just by presence. Clan rats are bad at remaining stalwart, and they're especially bad at remaining stalwart when they're out by themselves. Are you politely lined up for the wall? Well, actually, them being lined up like that is minimizing the effectiveness of that Skaven Warp Lightning. So, forget I was mocking you. Please remain lined up politely for the wall. Okay, these sirens are mixed up with storm vermin. This is probably an okay time for the shanty. We need that melee defense. Also, somehow they regained control of this tower. It's not really how that is supposed to work, I don't think. Oh, okay, hold on. I'm trying to move them in the block that they're currently standing in now, but they apparently are not interested in moving like that. No, gate's almost open. We got a lot of people banging on it. Why are you guys not on your siege equipment? Yo, hold up. Where is their siege equipment even? They still had their siege equipment when I gave them the movement order. Ah, whatever. They're crumbling so quickly it won't matter.
Fleet Admiral! Getting it done!
Oh, that's right. I don't have the mana for an overcast, or the winds rather. I'll take a little bit of self damage here. I'm fine with that. All right, we're getting good fear and artillery damage and stuff. Okay, the enemy gates are finally open. Let's do this. Let's charge through angrily. They do have some halberds over here, which is going to make things a little awkward for us. Let's shoot some fireballs at them. And then I want the animated hulks through first, because they're the ones I care least about losing. If they all die to halberds, it's kind of whatever. And then, I mean, you guys also through, because you guys are, at this point, immortal. And I only sort of care about losing. Oh, hey, he actually hit that. Okay, it looks like we're mostly winning on the wall. I'm actually going to try to have the bombers climb the wall over here in a sneaky fashion. Because we would be able to throw bombs into the backside of those bombardiers from there. Or bombardiers, storm vermin. Okay, they have a character up there who probably does not want to be doing the thing he is being forced to do. Actually have some winds now. Oh, right. I can't cast it on the wall, but I can cast it near the wall such that it affects everything on the wall. Where are those? Hey, you guys have orders. What the hell? I gave the animated Hulks orders, right? Jim Anderoft also has orders. It looks like he's trying, but he was stuck on the animated Hulks who had decided they didn't have to move.
Ahoy! See magic.
If he actually gets that fireball off. Okay, that did some reasonable damage. Both of you go fight. Here we go. They figured out how to get inside the wall. Maybe it was the door that was the problem. They just don't know how doors work. They don't seem to be very smart. They can't even get all those sea creatures off their heads. Are we getting some fire on the enemy characters? They have a bunch of warp engineers. I don't know why. Is that really the same warp engineer? I guess it must be. All these other glowy character lights are from me. Weird. Alright, so they have a lot of forces left, but honestly, largely slingers. Maybe we should kill the mortar fire for a moment here. So I think at this point we're mostly hurting ourselves. I don't really know, like, we've had a lot of trouble. Also, these guys are still ignoring their orders. We've had a lot of trouble with trying to get the rifles to run through the wall en masse. Not sure that that's actually going to work the way I want it to. But I really love to get them in here, because there's, you know, there's enemies to fight. There's stuff that the rifles are good at killing. I guess let's try it. Let's see if they will follow this order in any reasonable fashion. There are 2 units of rat ogres. They both need to be shot to death. Make it happen. Alright, these gutter runner slingers, unfortunately, are the type of ranged unit that can move while fighting. You know what? I'm going to just ignore them. We're not going to be able to catch them. There are plague monks down here, huh? Alright, you guys, just run over there and be distracting. Cat's in... Yeah, alright. I'll take this massive increase in our amount of magic at the cost of Cat's health. Get in there, help. Because this will allow us to at least overcast an invocation of Nahek in this area. I'm going to wait until Cat is in this area herself, though. Apparently she's not going to move in there naturally. Okay, we have some rifle fire. They're coming along. Piecemeal, we approach. I don't want to overcommit too much. Like, I don't want to run my units forward and get them all isolated. But I do think it's important that we get that Warp Lightning Cannon. Like, this is the moment of the battle where we are most vulnerable to that Warp Lightning Cannon. Hey, aren't you guys supposed to be fleeing? Look at them turning around to block me. Your unit is permanently broken. Get out of here. Doing my best to keep my units together more so that we don't suffer huge morale penalties. Okay, that hurt. It looks like we didn't actually lose anything but deckhands, though. We lost a single unit of mortars that was so scared by the existence of Skaven that they crumbled even after they were no longer being attacked. So that's a shame. But I suppose there was no saving those guys. If something like that is enough to make you die, you probably are not savable. So now we have this whole province. We have to push west and take that whole province to wipe out Clark Herond And then once we've done that, we have this whole big chunk of land that unfortunately is like right in the middle of Nagarond because they pushed so far south. Well, actually, I think it's because they confederated all of the minor Dark Elves. So we are somewhat vulnerable to attack from all sides, a little bit. Alright, the Book of Assure is fine. And we're real good at fighting Skaven at this point. No two ways about that. Getting pretty close to Arcane Conduit. Definitely want Earthing. You get a miscast every once in a while. First of all, it takes a lot of health away. And secondly, I believe it makes the spell not happen. I think when you miscast, the caster takes a bunch of damage and the spell does not occur. Obviously, unacceptable. Okay, Burke Black can't do any recruitment this turn. He could potentially threaten... Yeah, we just move in the direction of Venomglade. Stay on our side of the line so we get the good recruitment. Or good replenishment. So we're back up to 20k. Cat probably actually has to move south because she's got to be in position to deal with Alariel when she arrives. And I think she is approaching us probably in full sail mode the entire time. Although it is worth noting that her army will start falling apart once we... Or no, her army is already falling apart. If you have no settlements, all of your units suffer significant attrition from having no supply lines. So I'm wondering now, is it best to sit here and wait? Or would we be better off pushing forward and trying to catch some of the Skaven out of position? Like, we could go after these guys at the Temple of Kara. If they show up with 3 full armies, Cat Rogers is not going to be enough to hold the fort by herself. I think we're pretty close to Silostra being able to push through the southern part of Skrulk's empire, which I hope is going to be a real problem for him. You know, honestly, the chances... This is still likely enough to work that I'm going to go for it. Alright. And that was a... that was one of their right heroes, I believe. Causes fear when fighting against Skaven. Well, that trait would be a lot more meaningful if he did not already cause fear. Also, if he ever was going to be in a battle. So, Viola, what do you do now? We cleaned up all the treasure maps in this area, right? There's a couple of treasure maps down south. You know, she could go to Albion. Okay. Well, hold on. Maybe Eve goes to Albion, because Viola's actually serving... Well, they're both serving kind of an important purpose, in that we need to be able to see where the Skaven are. Can you just wound this guy? Yeah, try that. Nope. Critical failure. Oops. Well, it happens. Yeah, I kind of want to have Viola... I don't have Viola stay on this duty. In fact, probably what she should do is make her way back toward the north. She could be useful up there. Treasure hunting time might be in the past. Alright, let's finally get O'Bones McDonald some army. We have 19,000 gold to work with. Definitely want to grab 2 units of mortars. We've had very good results with 2 units of mortars. I do not like normal Mourngulls very much, but I do like all these. Some more monsters just for weight, so that our army has some weight. Obviously all of the rifles we can get. We're going to be able to recruit rifles when we arrive as well. So let's start with that. That's a good base for an army. What do we have available as recruitment structures in Hexawaddle? Not enough stuff, but... Let's move him from here to Hexawaddle, which does not have a good raised dead pool, so that's the reason we had to do it like this. So he'll sit here for a turn and do... Oh, well, he should definitely upgrade his boat as well. Do a little bit of local recruitment. We want to get more rifles. And the rifle from this unit's raised dead pool. And then we'll move toward the Fallen Gates and we'll do another turn of normal recruitment. Unfortunately... Okay, hold on. If I cancel some of this, if I cancel one of these units, we can upgrade this, upgrade this building, start upgrading this building, because we're going to need to be able to recruit, single turn recruit Sirens. This building's already at the rifle level, so that's good. Yeah, okay. And there's a commandment available. I think what we need is public order. Very badly. We also need to upgrade this settlement. Okay, well, we got a bat building here. Yeah, we still need a huge amount of money. Alright, let's run one more cycle of enemy turns here. Yeah, okay. So wherever Alariel's army is, it's taking massive damage every turn now from having no settlements. So it's going to arrive on our shores pretty torn up. Now it is the case that high-level AI armies have automatic defense against all forms of attrition. That's just one of the difficulty modifiers. They take way less attrition from stuff. But even so, I believe the attrition that you take from being completely out of settlements is like super strong. So I think they probably will be mostly dead by the time they reach our shore. And of course, the purpose of that is just to make it so that if you have completely removed a power's ability to buy stuff, you know, if you basically remove them from the game, effectively have removed them from the game, they can't run an army off to the corner of the world and just hide for a while and then try to like reclaim a settlement somewhere or something. Skrulk is after us. Clan Rictus is after us. Fortunately, Clan Rictus doesn't have that much territory. And their country's kind of split in two. So like they're going to have a really... Because they've been massing up troops in the south, they're going to have a really hard time bringing any power to bear against us in the north, where we're currently fighting. So I think it shouldn't be too hard to wipe out that last province. And then we're going to see how much progress O'Bones MacDonald can make by himself. We might have to... What is this? Oh, Khemri. We are at war with them, aren't we? Obviously we haven't seen them, but you can see this whole part of the map is Khemri right now. They probably were buddies with the High Elves. Yeah, I hadn't thought about all of the Eastern powers that we were at war with for such a long time because, you know, they've been over there in the East. But it looks like the Khemri may have completed their campaign down here and are now looking for stuff to do. I might suggest a battle with some orcs, but alright, if they want to come over here and throw down with me, we can do that. Silostra certainly is not going to just turn away a challenger. That's not really how this works. So O'Bones MacDonald's army will be complete in like a couple of turns. He'll be able to recruit Sirens in like 4 or 5 turns. So my guess is we're gonna have a couple of battles with him against the Skaven, with his army being just whatever we could cobble together out of the raised dead pool. But he'll be able to summon a little bit more intelligently shortly afterward. Clark Herond is like absolutely desperate to do anything at all against me. They're like, look, I'm helping. Someone killed them before they get us. No, it's too late. You should not have declared war. That said, I would definitely have declared war on them at some point, but the thing they did was suicidal, and now, you know, the part of that happens that I just said. Alright, what is this? Definitely fill them with lead. 20% extra range for missile infantry. It's awesome. It's awesome every time it happens. Okay, enemy heroes embarrassing themselves all over the place. You know what? Honestly, I'm starting to feel like things are going pretty well here. We're making some very serious headway. That is going to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. Come back next time for more making more headway. And we'll see you then.